Hi, I'm Michael. Welcome to E52. I'm your teacher, and for today's lesson we're going to talk about life in the future. Welcome to Lesson 10, the future with will and be going to. Wow, that's incredible. Amazing. I'm reading an article about life in the future 10 years from now. So, what do you think life will be like in 10 years? Well, we're definitely going to have cars that computers drive. Some car companies are making these now, so we're certainly going to see more of these cars in the future. So we won't drive our cars in the future. This article says these cars are undoubtedly going to be safer because computers don't get tired or make mistakes like people do when they're driving. Perhaps there will be very few car accidents in the future. Wow, I really like this prediction about the future. Do you know what a prediction is? It's an idea or a guess about what we think is going to happen in the future. This article has different predictions about what life will probably be like in 10 years. One prediction that I just told you about was cars in the future. But I think this prediction is better. Are you ready to hear this prediction about the future? Okay, listen to this. In the future, people aren't going to use smartphones. Phone technology is going to be very different in 10 years. So people aren't going to carry phones, and they aren't going to type text messages or make phone calls with their hands. That's going to be great because my fingers are always really tired after typing and texting all day. So what type of phone will people have in the future? Well, in the future, people will have smart shirts instead of smartphones. Our shirts are going to have technology that will display a 3D holographic phone screen in front of us. Maybe we will also be able to make the phone screen as large or as small as we want. That's great. Look, here's what it's going to look like. We will also use our voices to do everything with this 3D phone, like send messages, call friends, or search for information on the internet. Smart shirts will also have solar sensors, so they will charge with solar energy from the sun, and we won't need to use phone chargers like we do now with smartphones. This article is really cool. So what else is going to happen in the future? What do you think? Is life going to be more difficult or easier in 10 years? Are we going to live longer? What will computers help us do in the future? We use the simple future tense and be going to for talking about things we predict, expect, or guess about the future. The simple future tense, negative statements. I will not use smartphones in the future. I won't use smartphones in the future. You will not use smartphones in the future. You won't use smartphones in the future. She will not type text messages in the future. She won't type text messages in the future. We will not drive cars in the future. We won't drive cars in the future. They will not drive cars in the future. They won't drive cars in the future. The simple future tense, affirmative statements. I will speak many languages. I'll speak many languages. You will speak many languages. You'll speak many languages. He will live a long time. He'll live a long time. We will have different phone technology in the future. We'll have different phone technology in the future. They will have different phone technology in the future. They'll have different phone technology in the future. Okay, let's practice. I'll speak many languages in the future. He'll live a long time. We won't drive cars in the future. We won't use smartphones 10 years from now. Be going to, affirmative statements. I'm going to speak many languages in the future. I am going to speak many languages in the future. You're going to live 140 years. You are going to live 140 years. We're going to live 140 years. We are going to live 140 years. They're going to live 140 years. They are going to live 140 years. He's going to have a smart shirt in the future. He is going to have a smart shirt in the future. She's going to have a smart shirt in the future. She is going to have a smart shirt in the future. Be going to, negative statements. I am not going to speak many languages. I'm not going to speak many languages. You are not going to live 140 years. You're not going to live 140 years. We are not going to live 140 years. We're not going to live 140 years. They are not going to live 140 years. They're not going to live 140 years. He is not going to have a smartphone in the future. He's not going to have a smartphone in the future. She is not going to have a smartphone in the future. She's not going to have a smartphone in the future. Okay, let's practice. I'm going to speak many languages in the future. He's going to live a long time. We're going to have smart shirts in the future. They're not going to drive in the future. The simple future tense, yes/no questions and short answers. Will I speak many languages in the future? Will you speak many languages in the future? Will he live a long time? Will we drive a car in the future? Will they drive a car in the future? Short answers. Yes, I will. Yes, you will. Yes, he will. Yes, we will. Yes, they will. No, I won't. No, you won't. No, he won't. No, we won't. No, they won't. Okay, let's practice. Will I speak many languages in the future? Yes, I will. Will he live a long time? Yes, he will. Will we drive our own cars in the future? No, we won't. Will they use smartphones in the future? No, they won't. Be going to, yes/no questions and short answers. Am I going to speak many languages in the future? Are you going to live 140 years? Are we going to live 140 years? Are they going to live 140 years? Is she going to have a smartphone in the future? Yes, I am. Yes, you are. Yes, she is. Yes, we are. Yes, they are. No, I'm not. No, you aren't. No, she isn't. No, we aren't. No, they aren't. Okay, let's practice. Am I going to speak many languages in the future? Yes, I am. Is he going to live for 140 years? Yes, he is. Are we going to have smart shirts in the future? Yes, we are. Are they going to drive their cars in the future? No, they aren't. The simple future tense, WH questions. What will I wear in the future? Where will we study in the future? How will they drive cars in the future? Okay, let's practice. What will I wear in the future? I'll wear a smart shirt in the future. Where will we study in the future? We won't study in schools because computers will help us speak any language in the future. How will they drive in the future? They won't drive in the future because computers will drive cars in the future. Be going to, WH questions. What am I going to wear in the future? Where are we going to study in the future? How is she going to drive in the future? Okay, let's practice. What am I going to wear in the future? I'm going to wear a smart shirt in the future. Where are we going to study in the future? We are not going to study in schools because computers will help us speak any language. How is she going to drive in the future? She isn't going to drive because computers will drive cars in the future. We use adverbs possibly, likely, probably, certainly, definitely, undoubtedly with the simple future tense and be going to when we want to show different degrees of certainty for future predictions or intentions. Summary of adverbs and degrees of certainty with the future. Less certain of prediction? Perhaps, possibly, maybe. More certain of prediction? Likely, probably. Completely certain of prediction? Certainly, definitely, undoubtedly. With the simple future tense, we use the adverb after will and before the base verb. This article has different predictions about what life will probably be like in 10 years. This article says that these cars will undoubtedly be safer because the computers won't get tired or make mistakes like people do when they're driving. For negative statements with the simple future tense, we use the adverb before won't. In the future, computers will help us speak any language, so we probably won't have to study it. With be going to, we use the adverb after the be verb and before going to. Well, we're definitely going to have cars that computers drive. This article says these cars are probably going to be safer because the computers won't get tired or make mistakes like people do when they're driving. We use perhaps and maybe at the beginning of statements with the simple future tense and be going to. Maybe we will also be able to make the phone screen as large or as small as we want. Perhaps there will be very few car accidents in the future. We use be going to when we talk about a future event that is definitely going to happen or that we believe is going to happen based on current information, evidence, or facts about the future event. Well, we're definitely going to have cars that computers drive. Some car companies are making them now, so we're certainly going to see more of these cars in the future. Okay, let's practice. What will definitely be safer in the future? That's right. Cars will definitely be safer in the future. What am I probably going to buy in the future? That's right. I'm probably going to buy a smart shirt in the future. What are people definitely not going to use in the future? That's right. They're definitely not going to use smartphones in the future. What technology will certainly be very different in 10 years? That's right. Phone technology will certainly be very different in 10 years. Now it's your turn. Study hard, and I'll see you next time.